What they do, family? Welcome back to another episode of Love You More. It's your co-host KLB, accompanied by mine.
His beautiful wife, AB.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to another episode of Love You More. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Well rested. Got on all white, so we feeling godly.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Right. Today
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about. Somebody asked, how do we keep the spark alive after all these years?
Ooh.
How do we find time to still be intimate once the kids came? And just how do we make sure we focus on us and make us a priority with everyday life going on?
I love it because it's not easy finding the time. It's not easy, being together as long as we have been together. It's very easy to be like, okay, well, I know almost from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed what your next move is going to be. So just not getting in that cycle of it's just another day.
Right.
I think the most important part is intimacy, and not making an excuse. Yeah, we're tired. Yeah, we both have worked a long day. Yeah, we both got to deal with the kids. But when they go to bed, oh, Big Daddy.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where it's like, well, you got to be ready at all times.
At all times.
Because it's like, you may not be able to get it when you want it.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm ready now. But you got a child that's need attention, or a child that's hungry, or
right,
or you still working, or you got things to do, or that type of nature. So it's one of those stay ready so you ain't got to get ready type opportunities, because especially when you say you got multiple kids and you got a lot going on just inside of the household, right, or just in life in general.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to find those times to be able to fill those needs or whatever. So
but that's on the sexual aspect of it. And mind you, for our relationship, like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, sex is big. For both of us, sex is big. But I also, just as a woman, I know his needs, and outside of being sexual, I try not to walk around in the house with a bonnet on every day. I try not to walk around with a muumuu on looking like I'm 45 when that's not how you met me. So just making sure that I always got something cute and flirty on, or making sure that hygiene, like, I smell good, making sure that my hair is done, my nails are done, like, and even in the times that they're not, just finding those little ways to be like, okay, well, I know when he walk in the house, he gonna smack this ass because I got it sitting up.
Yeah, so you can find different little ways to keep it fun, fresh, right?
Right.
And I think you really got to understand that it's a battle every day, right? And we talked about the wanting to do it,
the choice.
What about the times where you don't want to do it, right? And you lose focus on what the should be at hand, and that's when you start stepping outside.
Yeah, drifting. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now what's going to end up happening is, a certain need ain't gonna get met. Because let's say you get caught into the everyday life and taking care of the kids, and it's like, hey, I go to work every day, you go to work every day, come home, we eat, we get the kids down, and then we go to bed and we get up and do it all over again. Right. This is just end up being a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, you think we could? It's like, oh nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing it, or it's every excuse that you can find.
Right.
What do you think end up happening once I'm gonna say it from a male perspective? I hear no so many times.
You're gonna step out.
Because at the end of the day, right? I think we, from both parties, if certain needs aren't met,
you're gonna get those needs met somewhere.
Somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And it's this thing where it's like a 80-20. So people be like, oh well, why you just don't leave and this, that, and the third? Because you got to understand that 80% of the needs are met. Bills being paid, you getting fed. You for sure you got stability of the house over your head, and your kids are taken care of.
But let me stop you there, because a lot of times I think it's mental when you're not meeting your person's needs. A lot of the times it's because you're not able to meet your own needs.
Facts, though. Yeah.
And I am a big believer in, like, you have to pour into self to want to pour into anybody else. My kids,
facts.
My husband, my mama, like, into anybody else. So it's a mental game every day of I'm gonna get up, like, and it's different, especially in this space, because there's a comfort there of we've met these goals. I work from home. Like, I could literally get up every day, not brush my teeth, not wash my ass, not cook a meal, like run and get food. Like, so you have to mentally know what you want. And once your needs are met, like, he'll be the first to say, some days on my break, I shut my computer down, I come get in the bed and I'm taking a nap. I need that.
Yeah, first.
And once I get up, I finish my day. The kids are good. At the end of the night, I'm not dog ass tired because I've gotten a quick nap in, and now I can meet everybody else's needs.
Yeah, and I think also too, like, it's important to uplift each other, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of focusing on me, or I'm not getting what I want, I'm not getting what I need, so I'm gonna give somebody else the time that's gonna give me that part of it. We could just focus on each other.
Right.
Hey, where can I jump in and help you at?
Right.
You know, where do you need me to be in those moments? I may get a free time, get some free time. Mm-hmm. Instead of me doing, A through Z, I come holler at you, hey, you need help with anything today? Right. Or hey, I see his dishes in the sink. Hey, you need me to, prep the meat for dinner, or you need me to cut up the vegetables. Mm-hmm. Certain little small things like that will help as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's taking something off of your plate.
And I think that is so pivotal in, especially us being grown now, and having so many responsibilities. The perfect example of that is last night. Last night, I had told you earlier in the day, like, I'm not cooking. We'll figure something out. We'll eat out, whatever. You're like, no, well, I want a home cooked meal. Well, I'm not cooking. You got in the kitchen, you cooked, you cleaned up, we watched a movie after, like, and that is so sexy. And that goes back to, like, what keeps the spark alive. I know I'm not doing it by myself. Yeah, I feel comfortable coming to you and being like, hey, tonight I ain't got it. For whatever reason, I'm not doing it. And so, and it's not a backlash of, oh, well, we ate out 2 days ago and come on, I want this. Yeah, so you need to get it done. It was, okay, I understand that you said that you're not cooking. So the best way around that is I'll cook.
Yeah, facts. And that goes back to the first episode of, the 50-50.
Right.
It's not always going to be 50-50. I mean, I can't always bring you, 100%. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you go through stuff throughout life and, hey, I'm drained today. I need a nap. So what happens when you don't get that nap? Right?
Now everybody
what happens when the kids ain't on the same page and they running amok through the house and, mm-hmm. your anxiety through the roof? Like, what happens when all that, plays a part, and then at the end of the night, I'm still laying on the bed with my hands behind my head, like, what's up,
look,
big mama?
Come give me that thing.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that thing ain't there.
So the reality of it is we have to pour into each other, mm-hmm. and yes, of course, you pour into yourself, because I feel like that should be an all day process, right?
Right.
Like that little mind in your head, if you have it, everybody I'm assuming don't have it, but if you do, pour into yourself all day, just, affirmations after affirmations all day, something positive, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be the difference, because when you look at it, everything starts from the mental field.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it pours out into, the universal plane. So if you focus on that side of self, everything goes, all the energy that comes behind that is going to be positive that you put out. So
I agree. Also, because I know a lot of people like, okay, well, getting away from the kids and date nights.
Yeah.
I love a date night. Absolutely love it. A lot of times, though, in our reality, we don't have the luxury of a babysitter or being able to find time to get our kids together, get off of work, get our kids together, make sure that they're settled and safe. We go have a good time and then come back. Like, we just don't have that luxury right now. So there's a lot of different things that you can implement to still have like a date night, but even with your kids, like cooking together.
Yeah.
If you cook, be like, hey, babe, come in the kitchen with me and cut up these onions real quick.
Yeah, help me out, yeah, for sure.
Put you on some music. Your kids are still there. They're still safe, or they're doing whatever they're doing. But that's just time that you not over on your phone or
game
away.
Night,
and
you can do a game night.
Do a game night, movie night.
Yeah, we do movie night every week.
Movie night is so big. Like,
facts.
And it starts with us. Like, I'll be the first to say I am a strong believer in it's God, then it's my husband, then it's me, then it's our kids. I have to make sure that we are on the same page under God to be able to provide and do the best for our kids.
Yeah, facts.
But in those times that we really can't get away from the kids and get that one-on-one, there are so many different things that, you make happen so we still have the time together. And if they're there, they're there. Yeah. Even down to the smallest, like when you got back home from over the road, you started taking me to the grocery store. He pulled me up right there to the front of the door. I hop out, go grocery shopping, get back in, and you don't even realize like the smallest things.
Yeah, I needed that.
I needed that. Fast. Like you start looking forward to, okay, we're going to have our little jam sessions on the way to the grocery store. Might get some ice cream, might get a little snack on the way back. Like, there's ways to do it.
Yeah, fast. But you gotta want to do it,
right?
And I'm gonna continue, to preach that because I think a lot of times, people do situations or partnerships for the convenience of it, and not the real, ideology of love or what that looks like. So when you get to that point where it's like, because let's be honest, 16 years we'd have been, through the ringer in our situation. We done fell in love, out of love, in love, F you, and so much more. So the reality of it is, as you go through spurts, and especially when you get to those moments where it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know if I want this. Those are the times where it's like, bro, you sit down and you have those tough conversations, like, hey, what we doing? What does this look like? What's going on? How can we fix this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And possibly you get to a mutual situation where
this ain't gonna work.
Or that. And then, y'all figure out the steps after. But if you're willing to, do the work, every day ain't gonna be,
And that's the part that I think that people don't get to see. And it's not even about it not being peaches and cream. Like, every day has not been a cakewalk through the last 16 years. Shit, there was a time that we were completely separated and just kind of figuring out what's the next step. So it has not been a cakewalk. But on the other side of it, we don't live in a fantasy world. And I think that we're so wrapped up in social media, and people post, oh, I'm on this trip today and I'm on here tomorrow and Bali for 2 weeks. Like, that's not reality. And so we have to get back to the reality of every day is not going to be exciting. You better find something that excites you on a minute scale. Taking a walk with your family around the block.
Yeah, facts. Something to look forward
to. Like, just so you know that I'm not waking up, going to work, taking care of my kids, cooking dinner, going to sleep. Like, throw in those little things. Both of y'all take the kids to the park.
Yeah.
Throw in little things that aren't necessarily catastrophic, like monumental, but exciting.
Y'all take them to the park together. They go play. Now we can actually have a grown-up conversation.
True.
Because a lot of times, people don't even realize
you don't talk.
You can't even really have an adult conversation around these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you want to talk about or say. Can't let them hear it. They go back to school and repeat it, or you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just they butting in or all in the conversation. It's like, bro, I'm not talking to you.
Right.
So it's like you take them to the park. Now we can actually have a one-on-one adult conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it is the small things,
Absolutely.
And you have to start on a small scale. That way, when you do get to the big trips or the something big happening, you can actually really be excited
in that moment.
For it,
right.
For sure.
Absolutely. And you're not having conversations that you're trying to catch up on throughout the last 6 months on vacation when you're supposed to be having a good time, and that's when you let loose. That's the time that, hey, we have these conversations, we go on our walks, we get in our conversation, so we still know each other. We plan a trip, boom, balls to the wall, we have a good time, we come back, and that's our reset.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So I think that's a very good topic because everybody is different, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know my grandparents were married for 50, 60 some odd years. And only in my adult life did I start hearing their real story. And when I say their real story, like the nitty gritty of, oh, they weren't perfect.
Yeah, every couple, because you also, I said it before, it's two imperfect people trying to create the perfect situation, right?
Right.
And throughout that, I'm going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. I have flaws. You have flaws. The idea to me is, hey, I accept you through flaws and all, bad mistakes and all. Whatever the mistake is, I'm hoping that I can be here to help guide you through it and get you back on track.
Right.
And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I think the idea of people having expectations and certain type of, I'm not saying you can't have standards, right? You can have standards, but putting a certain type of expectation on the person is kind of crazy.
So I don't think you should put an expectation on people, but you should never settle.
Yeah, I'm not saying settle. No, I'm saying you get what I'm saying. Like, people put type of expectations and put people on a pedestal in a sense, and then once the slightest thing happened, now they heartbroken.
Their world has crumbled.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a human. You do, like, think about, like, these people with their favorite celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe he did that. How?
Yeah, it's a human. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you.
It's a human at the end of the day. So the reality of it is I can't judge you. I ain't perfect either.
True.
So it's like, how can I, you know what I'm saying?
It's a constant learning.
As long as it's not something detrimental, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can talk about it, guide each other through it, and come out on the other side. And if not, again, hopefully it's a mutual situation. Like, hey, nah, I'm cool. I can't
come back from this.
Yeah, let's, figure out the steps after and move on. You know what I'm saying? Not hold no grudges and, stuff like that.
Right.
But most importantly, my thing is going to be, you have to want to do it with that person.
Got to.
Right. There's so many other options. There's a billion people out here.
And everybody, we're in a day and age where you can make it look like whatever you want to make it look like.
Yeah, you have different access now that they ain't have back in the days. So you could jump in DMs, you could do the dating sites, but try to do it with your person first. And then if that don't work,
be honest.
Yeah,
it's not working.
Yeah,
this isn't for me.
No, that's a fact, because there's no sense of dragging somebody through
this one life.
Yeah, you only get one of these. So, you should do it the way you see fit for yourself. And, again, have those tough conversations. Hey, no, this ain't for me. I ain't vibing this. Or, hey, we need to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest thing, because communication is almost a lost art. Right?
Yeah.
People, are just adults in general, not even just on a relationship status, friendships, siblings. People just don't know how to really communicate these days. Think about when you texting somebody, like, it's a short yay, nay, or that's what's up, or it's not real dialogue in these conversations no more. It's all getting watered down. We ain't talking about our goals, dreams, aspirations. We ain't talking about where we want to be in 5 years. We're not talking about how I can help you, how we can help each other. Like, we're not even having those type of conversations.
But those conversations, the dreams, the goals, conversations, also help drive us through these years when stuff does get boring.
Yeah, facts.
There was a time, I guess that was early last year, year before last, where we had to sit down and did absolutely nothing. Like, want to go on a trip? The answer is no, don't even ask, because we had a goal at hand. And without having that conversation and those constant conversations of, hey, we're trying to get here, we gotta chill out, like, we gotta get here, it would have been very easy to get lost in this shit boring. I haven't gone on a trip. I can't go to the mall like I want to. Like, hate it here.
Yeah, facts.
And by having those conversations and constantly reminding each other of, hey, this is the goal, this is our dream that we're striving for. It looks uncomfortable, it feels uncomfortable, but as a unit, this is what we agreed on.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, when we can check that goal off the list, we back at it. We
celebrate.
We back at regular scheduled programming. But for now, we have to lock in and get this.
Yeah, we didn't have to do that twice, right?
Right.
And everybody goals gonna look different, but you're absolutely right. If you create your goals, and if you could see them and know what you're working to, that almost is like a sense of purpose.
Right.
I got a reason. Like I feel like everybody is trying to find their purpose in life, right? If you set goals for the moment, that becomes your purpose, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So now you're going to go into overdrive because it's like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
This got to get done.
Right.
Whether it's starting a business, whether it's I need to save 5,000, no matter what it looks like, it's like at this moment, this is my purpose. This is what I'm doing. I ain't stopping until I get this done. And you'll realize like, well, your grind and your focus is totally different when you get on that type of time. And so, I think, and also, right, you should have personal goals, and then you have your as a unit
collective
goal,
right?
Like, what are our goals as a couple? What do you see us at? Whether it's hey, let's buy a property, whether it's let's buy a rental home, or whatever it is. Y'all sit down, y'all figure out those goals, and then personal goals. You do your personal goals, but then when you do your personal goals, you have to come to your partner and say, hey,
this is what I'm working on.
This is what I'm working on.
Right.
The prime example, right? I wanted to change my eating habits, and I started working out. I had to come. You're the one that's cooking majority of the meals, so I have to come to you and be like, hey, this is my plan. I'm trying to cut some weight. I need to change my eating habits. I'm only eating between 12 and 8. Make me a salad. I'm gonna eat that for lunch, and then I want to eat around like 6.
Stop cooking all them oxtails every Tuesday. And that's real, yeah.
So, those are my personal goals, but I still had to come and share to you, what I'm saying, what I was trying to accomplish.
Right.
And that's how you can kind of, because now I can get you on board even more, where it's like, now you looking for the healthy recipes, or now you even cooking earlier to make sure, we not eating and laying down on it and stuff like that. So it's like, once you get to that point where it's like, hey, I know what I want to do, bring it to your partner, and then you can get your partner on board, and they can help you achieve that goals. Because at the end of the day, it's all about group economics, and we help each other get to where we're trying to go.
But that also makes it exciting because, again, it's something new, and that goes back to the small things that you bring into your home to make sure that, hey, like, this is a little bit different. I'm gonna have to change up here. It creates dialogue. It creates conversations of, I was cooking neck bones and oxtails 2 weeks ago. You want these healthy meals. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And so it's a whole new journey. It's a whole new avenue that we have not really experienced before.
Right.
But it's new, and it's not even like exciting in the sense like, oh yeah, we date night and we going on trips. But it's like, okay, you on Pinterest, you're sending me ideas. I'm having conversations with you about how we can tweak them, and this will be good. And like, we're still learning different things about each other in a new space because we've never been here before. So, I mean, it's the smallest things that keep a relationship thriving, that keep it honest, that keep it growing. So definitely throwing in those different goals and striving for more.
Yeah, I mean, shit. At the end of the day, you got to figure out what's going to be entertaining for y'all. Right? Because every day, you ain't going to have a pocket full of money.
Right.
So you ain't going to be able to go outside and be caught with the distractions. Oh, we're going to go to the bar, or we're going to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to find some in-home type of situations. Hey, what we doing? You want to play Uno? Hey, you want to play Monopoly? Hey, you want to play with the kids? Like you said, I love going for the walk. Like, that's I love going to do that. You have to stay flirty and young, right? Laughter, joke.
Laughter is a
lot of joking on going in this. We don't take nothing serious. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I think it's a trauma response, but it works for us. And
yeah, for sure, it gets it done. Yeah. Again,
and telling your partner how much you appreciate them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you can get so wrapped up in, again, the day to day that you forget to say, hey baby, I love you. And I will be the first to say, do I not call you out if so? Okay, sidebar. B has either like a secret voice or
Bruh, I'm like, I said I
I'll be
love
like, I
you.
love you. And he won't say anything. And I will like down to the ground be like, I said I love you. Say it back. What is going
I'm
on?
like,
Do
bro,
you
I
not
already
love
said
me?
it. What are you talking about?
And he swears he said it. So hopefully one day they come out with some technology so we can get in your brain and see if you really said it or not, or because you ain't say it verbally.
I did. I said it in my head and just kept going.
Yes.
No.
Yes, that
Oh.
text message that you sent, that you think that you sent, but you never sent. That's what happens with your I love yous.
No. I said, I think it'd be those moments where you be sleep, half sleep, and don't be remembering
whatever,
what's going
whichever
on.
way it is. Make sure you tell your person that you love them. Make sure that you are loud about your love. Make sure that you are loud about how much you appreciate them. Make sure that, because a lot of people like me, I'm a person who I need to hear it. Like, yeah, we've been together 16 years. Yeah, girl, I just bought you this car and this house. Like, you know I love you. No, I need you to say I love you. I need you to say like, oh, you look good. I need you to.
But that's, you gotta think, like, you gotta learn your partner's love language.
You have to learn love languages.
And then another thing too is like, you have to stay interested in your person. Like, we are growing and maturing each and every day. So things are changing just throughout our mind and the way we think and the way we want to do things. So learn your partner. Try to learn them every day. Like, hey, what's your new favorite food?
Right.
What's your favorite color now? Just those type of. Go back to the old days when we used to be on the phone for hours talking about everything, kicking your feet around, and you on top of the wall and you on the roof, and those. Get back to those moments, and then I promise you, it'll feel right. It'll feel perfect in a sense. Yeah. And it's never going to be perfect, but
your reality of perfect.
Yeah, you're right. So, it could be done. Absolutely. Right? Now, what I will say is, if people think that kids aren't going to change the dynamic of your relationship,
absolutely,
you are wrong.
If you are showing up and showing out as a parent.
Yeah, it depends on what type of parent you want to be.
Yes.
But I think even that, in that sense, especially in the early years, if you think your life isn't going to change, I would say drastically, ask anybody with kids, any couple, anybody ask them with kids.
Yeah.
And to the ones who could get it down and have it stay the same, kudos to you, because
y'all the real.
Write a book about it, and I promise you'll probably have a #1 seller on your hands.
Matter of fact, put it in the comments.
Nah, facts.
Put it in the comments, because
we're still
navigating.
Yeah, right now.
And as they change and their needs change, we have to change our relationship dynamic to make sure that all things are true.
Yeah, facts. And then you got to think also, they looking up to us. So we can't act or move in certain ways that you could if we didn't have kids.
Right.
It's a lot of things we probably would be doing different if we didn't have them, but we got them. So now we got to move accordingly and move different, because they watching our every step. They want to be like daddy. They want to, woman like mama, or whatever the case going to be. So it's like, you have to set those examples early, very, very early, so they know,
what's acceptable, what they can go for, what it's a hard no here.
Yeah, for sure.
This was a great topic. Yeah. If y'all have any suggestions that we didn't hit, or something we said you was like, that makes absolutely no sense, y'all need to try it like this, like,
put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Reach out, DM us, call us, text us.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. Cause
again, this is therapy for us, but hopefully along the way we can help somebody out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Dog. Hit that thumbs button. Even if you don't watch the whole video, man, just hit that thumbs button. If y'all have any topics, situations, or scenarios y'all want us to touch on, again, drop it in the comments, email us, hit the DMs on the socials, which should all be in the links in the bios. That's another episode of Love You More.
Love you more.